Hi, I'm Kathy Lewis from Tall Tree Designs, and today we're going to be looking at how we pick up and knit stitches. I call for this often in my patterns when we're creating a nice neckline. After we've seamed pieces together, I'll direct you to pick up and knit stitches around the neck opening and maybe knit a turtleneck or a cowl or something like that. But there are lots of patterns that call for this modular technique of taking what's essentially a completed piece of knitting and creating live stitches that you can continue on to knit from. So I have here a little square of stocking stitch, and the bottom here is where we've cast on. The top here is where we've cast off or bound off, and it seems to be that generally you're working from a bound off edge, but it doesn't matter. It looks the same no matter what edge you're going from. If you look at the edge here, you're going to see a row of V's along here. Each one of these V's is a bound off stitch. And in order to pick up that stitch, we're going to take our needle and we're going to insert it into the first leg of the stitch and the second leg. Let's see, there's a little, there we go. So that we've got both legs of that stitch on our left hand needle. That's picking up the stitch. And now we can knit that stitch just as we would knit anything else. It's kind of like knitting two together. Insert your needle through the back of both of those legs of stitches. And I'm going to join a contrasting color yarn here and knit those both together as if they're one stitch, just like that. So we've picked up and knit that first stitch. I'm going to go to the next stitch and again pick up both legs of that stitch, insert my right needle into the back and knit the whole thing together like one stitch. Okay, I'll do a couple of more. And you can see me struggling a little with this, and that's because I've cast off a little bit tightly. You'll notice that almost always they tell you to cast off loosely, and this is why. So that you're not struggling to work with that edge. But there we go. I've picked up and knit 4 stitches. So these are now live stitches. I can continue to knit from them however the pattern suggests that I should. If I look on the back, we've created a nice neat ridge where those have been picked up. And I am just going to continue in stocking stitch here. I'm going to purl back these stitches and knit just a couple of rows so that you can see how this looks. There we go. So you can see how basically the knitting just picks up and carries on from that bound off edge. It looks pretty seamless from the right side of the work, and it creates a neat little ridge on the inside of the work, and you can carry on and do whatever the pattern is instructing you to do. So that's how we pick up and knit.